Welcome back to US Mint X coins, where ordinary pocket change can quietly transform into collector treasure, and today we are revealing one of the most unexpected hidden coin stories that very few collectors in America are talking about yet, but smart treasure hunters are already watching closely, because the humble-looking 1993 Hungary 10 Forint coin from the Hungarian Third Republic is slowly becoming one of those mysterious world coins that sometimes appears in circulation, sometimes appears inside travel souvenir jars, sometimes appears inside inherited coin collections, and sometimes appears in dealer mixed world coin bins. Yet almost nobody realizes that certain examples of this coin, especially preserved examples, high-grade survivors, and early transition era circulation pieces, are now quietly entering the radar of international collectors who specialize in post-Cold War European currency history. And the reason collectors are paying attention to this specific year is because 1993 represents one of the earliest stabilization periods of Hungary after the transformation from communist-aligned governance toward democratic republic identity, which means coins from this year were minted during a historic national transition moment, and coins connected to national transformation eras are exactly the kinds of coins that collectors across the United States have historically searched for decades later. Once availability begins shrinking and collector awareness begins growing, and what makes the 10 Forint coin especially interesting is that it never looked like a rare coin. When it first entered circulation, it never looked like something people would save. It never looked like something collectors would search for, but history has shown again and again that the most surprising collector coins are usually the ones that once looked completely ordinary inside everyday pockets and wallets across Europe. And today we are going to explore why the 1993 Hungarian 10 Forint coin is becoming a quiet sleeper coin inside the international collecting world, what features collectors are watching, what details increase value potential, what mistakes new collectors overlook when they find one, and how a simple-looking European coin sometimes travels thousands of miles across oceans before ending up inside American coin jars, where lucky discovery stories begin. Because believe it or not, many valuable discovery coins inside the United States did not start inside the United States at all. They started inside travel change, returned from airports, foreign exchange drawers, inherited family keepsake boxes, and forgotten souvenir envelopes. And that is exactly how unexpected international coins sometimes begin their collector journey toward recognition. And the Hungarian 10 Forint coin from 1993 represents a perfect example of a circulation survivor from a historic national rebuilding period that collectors respect more each year. As historical distance increases and availability slowly becomes less predictable, especially in higher preservation grades. And when collectors examine this coin closely, the first thing they notice is the clean, strong national identity design that reflects the renewed Hungarian Republic symbolism, a design that quietly represents independence, transition, and modernization after decades of political transformation. And collectors who specialize in world transition era coinage understand that coins minted during early Republic formation periods often become historical markers rather than simple currency pieces, which means their importance grows with time rather than disappearing with time. And this is exactly the kind of collector psychology shift that turns overlooked coins into conversation coins, and conversation coins into search targets, and search targets into value movers across global collector markets. And one of the most fascinating facts about the 1993 Hungarian 10 Forint coin is that circulation examples were used heavily during the early years of the Third Republic monetary environment, meaning high-grade survivors are naturally harder to locate today compared with coins saved directly from mint sets or preserved travel collections, and whenever circulation survival becomes uneven, collectors begin watching closely, because uneven survival rates often create future scarcity patterns that nobody notices until many years later, and that pattern has repeated itself again and again across world coin collecting history, including several European coins that once traded only as souvenirs before becoming respected collector targets across auction platforms and specialty coin shows across the United States. And another reason this coin attracts attention is because American collectors increasingly enjoy building Cold War transition era sets that document the shift from Eastern Bloc economic systems toward independent republic monetary identities, and the Hungarian 10 Forint coin from 1993 sits exactly inside that historical window, which gives it educational storytelling value as well as collectible identity value, and coins with storytelling value often outperform expectation coins over time because collectors enjoy explaining them, displaying them, and sharing their discovery stories with other collectors at coin shows and online collector communities where interest spreads quietly but steadily. And when a coin begins appearing inside conversation threads, collector discussions, and educational coin history presentations, that is often the first early signal that awareness is growing, even if price movement has not yet followed, because collector awareness almost always grows before collector demand increases, and collector demand almost always increases before market visibility expands. And that slow awareness cycle is exactly what experienced coin hunters watch when searching for overlooked international coins hiding inside mixed world coin bins across America. And surprisingly, many Hungarian coins entered the United States during the 1990s travel wave period, when tourism expanded after Cold War travel restrictions softened, meaning some of these coins crossed the Atlantic decades ago and have remained quietly inside American households ever since, waiting to be rediscovered by curious collectors who never expected a Hungarian coin to become part of their personal discovery story. And one exciting detail collectors often mention is that the design balance of the 10 Forint coin makes it visually appealing even for beginners who are just starting world coin collecting, because they lettering clarity, the national symbolism, presence, and the clean denomination visibility combine to create a coin that feels historically meaningful even before its story is explained, which makes it an ideal conversation starter coin for collectors introducing friends and family members to European transition era currency history, and coins that help grow collecting communities often become favorites within those communities, which increases their visibility even further. And another interesting factor that keeps collectors watching the 1993 issue specifically is that early Third Republic era mint production represented a period of national adjustment inside Hungary, which sometimes creates subtle variations in strike strength, circulation, survival, quality, and preservation availability patterns that researchers continue studying today. And whenever collectors continue studying a coin decades after its release, that alone is a powerful signal that the coin holds more long-term interest potential than casual observers might expect. And coins with long-term research interest frequently become the quiet sleepers of the collector world, because their story continues expanding as more historical context becomes available through archives, collector notes, and numismatic publications that gradually increase awareness across international markets. And what makes this even more exciting for American viewers watching right now is the possibility that coins exactly like this one may already be sitting inside inherited world coin envelopes, travel keepsake boxes, or mixed dealer trays, waiting for someone to recognize their historical significance rather than ignoring them as ordinary foreign change, because discovery moments often begin with curiosity rather than Rarity and curiosity is exactly what transforms ordinary collectors into successful coin hunters who recognize opportunity earlier than the crowd, and history has repeatedly shown that early recognition often creates the most memorable collecting stories, especially when those stories begin with coins that once appeared completely ordinary at first glance, and that is why the Hungarian 10 Forint coin from 1993 deserves a second look from collectors across America today, because sometimes the most fascinating collector journeys begin with coins that quietly crossed borders decades ago, before anyone realized they would someday become pieces of living history preserved inside private collections across the world. And if you enjoy discovering hidden stories like this one, if you enjoy searching through world coin jars looking for overlooked international treasures, and if you enjoy learning how historical transition era coins slowly gain recognition across collector communities, then make sure you stay connected with US Mint X coins, because the next surprising coin discovery story we share here might already be waiting inside your collection, your travel souvenirs, your inherited keepsake envelopes, or even inside a forgotten drawer where history is quietly waiting to be rediscovered.